When Disney bought Star Wars, we thought that was the end. We thought we were never going to get these expanded universe, Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic, Force Unleashed characters, but over the years we managed to get more. And even last year, we managed to get a Darth Malek. And I have a lot of these figures. I love a lot of these figures. These are some of my favorite Sith and Jedi in my collection. So today, I wanted to go over 5 characters from this expanded, non-canon Star Wars that we have not gotten yet in LEGO that I would like to see the most. This means these people are not canon to the Disney Star Wars line. So don't be expecting people that are in a couple series, a little bit of a side character. So don't expect Darth Bane on my list because he is very much canon. He's in the Clone Wars. He has voice lines. But with that being said, at number 5, I have Maris Brood. For those of you who may not remember this lady, she is from the Force Unleashed video game. She's Shakti's apprentice, and she's a pretty active character in the series. She's one of the few people in the video games who has multiple boss fights. I think with the interesting handled lightsabers, cool design, she is just one of the most recognizable characters from this era of Star Wars. I actually ended up buying one of the customs of her. I'm not usually a huge customs guy, but I think they did a pretty good job on this one. And the thing is, if I'm willing to buy a custom, that means I just want it in my collection that bad that I'm willing to pay that extra pretty penny that custom makers sell them for. And Maris is one of those characters you grow attached to. A Jedi that fell to the Sith during Order 66 but sort of turned back. Someone who's just clouded by the Force, and it just makes her character that much more interesting. At number 4, I have Darth Talon. I do not see LEGO doing this one in particular just because I know they don't like their Slave Leia, their Twi'leks, their out there sort of over the top designs like that. And I get it, but Talon is one of the coolest Sith assassins there ever was, and I think she is one of the most recognizable people from this expanded universe. I think people would recognize her before they recognize a picture of Darth Bane. Some of these Sith that are actually canon, people would look at Talon and they know from the Darth Maul designed Twi'lek that, oh, yeah, that's Talon. I know who that is. And that shows that, yeah, I think she deserves a figure. And considering the Shadow Lord Maul series has sort of like a little cameo of a red Twi'lek in the series, she might become canon, just not in the way that she is a Sith apprentice and a Sith assassin after the sort of Battle of Yavin in the Luke Skywalker era. So we could totally get her in the future, just maybe not the way you'd think. But one I can't see us totally getting is at number 3, Mara Jade. This is the uncanon expanded universe, a version of a Luke Skywalker's wife. As we know in the current Disney Star Wars, Luke never had children of his own, but I can see them making a Mara figure because it's pretty easy. I have a custom one myself, and it looks pretty easy and pretty basic. This is a figure that sort of has an old school kind of classic design, but no matter how it is, even if people don't really recognize who she might be, oh, I think people and some of the kids would be very interested in getting another Jedi with a purple saber. So even though this might be the least interesting looking design of all these people, I can still see them making this one in the future. And then what I think would be the easiest one for LEGO to make, number 2, is Darth Nylus. Darth Nylus is a fully cloaked out Sith Lord who is the cover of the Knights of the Old Republic game. They're still selling this game on Nintendo Switch. People recognize that face print, and in turn, I ended up just buying a custom Nihilus head because I think he's one of the coolest Sith designs out there. And on top of that, he's one of the most powerful we've ever gotten. So I bought the head and the body. I think this is a ninja, like CMF, and then this is a hood from like Prince of Persia. It is one of the easiest designs you can make, and LEGO can just throw it into another set with a anniversary or just some Sith fighter from the past, from the Old Republic, because they know it'd sell like hotcakes. And while Nihilus might be the most popular and probably the most obvious pick for the next Old Republic figure, for me, we got to go back to the Force Unleashed because I want a Ramcota figure so bad. The blind Jedi who gets tricked by Starkiller, and then when Starkiller switches over to the Jedi side, becomes his master. Ramcota is one of the coolest people that has become non-canon over these years. One of the helpers of the early rebellion who hated the idea of clones and put himself away with his own hired mercenary crew to take on the war at hand, but he easily escaped Order 66 because of it. He's the first Jedi you go to fight in Force Unleashed, so a lot of people who've played those games will immediately recognize this guy. And in turn, he is my ¡1 Old Republic Expanded Universe character that we need to see in LEGO. But let me know who y'all would pick to put onto this list. There's a great Expanded Universe out there, but these are just the 5 I want to see the most. So let me know what y'all think, and I'm out. Peace.